What's up, everybody? On the Mangoose, you are awesome, and today Soul Leave announced that they are changing the name of Overprime to Paragon the Overprime. What does that mean? It means that Soul Leave now has the legal ability to use both the Paragon name and the logo. I'm sure there are a million thoughts and conspiracies going on out there, and I think I can help clear the air a little bit. Long story short, this was a smart move that will indeed shake up the landscape, but not as much as you may think. At least not for now. In the future, we'll see. My first question with this news was, if Soul Leave has the rights to Paragon, then what about the other Paragon remakes? There's no real change here. Soul Leave will not be forcing the other studios to change the names of the heroes or barring them from using the assets or anything like that. They have the rights to the name and logo, not the rights to the heroes and their usage. It does mean that none of the other Paragon remakes can use Paragon or its logo in their naming conventions. If there's a game out there that's going to be titled Paragon 2, it's going to be Overprime. Rightly so, in my opinion. Out of the three games, Overprime, to me, feels the most like a sequel to Paragon instead of a remake of Paragon with some changes. That can be a good or a bad thing depending on what you're personally looking for. This also clears up a very common misconception. I often see people proclaiming that Predecessor is the only Paragon remake backed by Epic Games. This is not, nor ever has been, true. Omega Studios received a grant from Epic. Hundreds of games have received similar grants via the Epic Mega Grants program. None of those games are officially backed by Epic. Predecessor does have employees that used to work for Epic on Paragon, including the creator of the game himself, Steve Superville. That is not something to be taken lightly, and is of course fantastic for Omega Studios, and it bodes well for Predecessor's future, but it still doesn't mean that they are backed by Epic. Soul Leave attaining the rights to the Paragon trademark will hopefully put a nail in the coffin of that particular misunderstanding. Having the Paragon trademark also gives Overprime something that has been sorely lacking in the Western audience: legitimacy. People have looked at Overprime as a meme for a very long time. I looked at Overprime as a meme for a very long time, but once they started making real moves, I woke up real quick. Perhaps the renaming of Overprime will stop people from sleeping on this title and encourage them to look up current information about the game instead of relying on word of mouth. Overprime has put up numbers competitive with Predecessor in the beta tests, however, a vast majority of those players were from the Eastern market. There is obviously untapped potential for Soul Leave with the Western audience, and this name change may give them the legitimacy they need to take advantage of that. Changing the name will also improve their search engine optimization. I don't think this is that big of a boon for them. I mean, who's searching for Paragon nowadays aside from the old player base? OG Paragon players may be useful to start the fire for one of these Paragon remakes, but it's the new players that are going to be the ones that sustain the heat. We've known for a while now that Soul Leave has been planning a Netflix graphic novel for Overprime. This was the reason they originally went with their own names. Now that they have the copyright license, they can proceed with the Netflix project without any complications. They changed the hero names back to the Paragon originals months ago, which makes me think that this has been planned for far longer than any of us suspected. Soul Leave has already provided more lore for the heroes than Epic ever did, and that lore is not going to change with the name. They'll proceed with the world building that they've already done. Soul Leave getting the rights to the Paragon name and logo may not change much right now, but the repercussions of this decision will almost certainly affect the Paragon remake race overall. Predecessor and Overprime have been neck and neck globally, but this may be the nitro boost that they need to pull the same numbers in the West that Pred does. If that happens, they will effectively double their player base. I look forward to what's to come. Strong competition with the Paragonish games means a better final product in the hands of the community. That's what I care about, having a great third-person MOBA experience in my hands again, and I don't give a rat's ass where it comes from. Like the video if you found it informative, sub for more third-person MOBA content, but for now this is the Mangoose signing off. You guys have a good one. Mangoose! Special shout out to channel members: I, Bloodhunter, Blastoise King, Raven, Meow Mix for Men, Jelly Knees, Clorox TV, Joshua Van Noctis, Stunt, Actual Dez, Soul Reaper, J-Man63, Levy, version 2, Dapper Dice, and Lionheart Official.